Hello YouTube! My name is Faith Evans and I have been a beauty guide with LimeLife by Alcone for 2 years now. I'm going to show you guys 2 different techniques today to use our perfect complexion palette. So that is our perfect foundation and our perfect concealers. These are wax-based products, so they sit on top of your skin instead of sinking into your pores. Just using the foundation and concealers alone will give you more of a matte finish, but I'm going to show you guys 2 different techniques. One to get a matte finish and then one to get more of a dewy or glowy finish. So without further ado, let's hop on into it. So I have already moisturized my face. I used our green smoothie facial cream and everyday moisturizer. It feels incredible on your skin, but you want to make sure that you moisturize. And I also cleanse my skin before I apply makeup just to make sure that I have a really smooth and clean base for when I apply my makeup. So first what I'm going to do is go in with this First Base priming spray. I'm going to shake it up really good. This is a silicone free makeup primer. That's really important because we will be applying a wax-based foundation. So if you use a wax-based foundation or concealer on top of a makeup primer that includes silicone, they're going to slide right off of each other. And you do want to let this completely dry before you apply anything to your face. So the first technique that I'm going to show you is going to be just the concealer and foundation by itself. So this is our Complexion Palette. It includes 1 foundation and then 2 concealers. They are completely customizable, so your concealer colors are completely up to you. In here right now, I have concealer number 1. This is a green-based concealer. It's going to cancel out any red. And then the top one is concealer number 2. This is a salmon-based concealer. It's really good for covering up dark circles or any purple that you might have on your face. My foundation color is number 2, Ivory. These also, of course, are completely customizable. We actually have a color matching quiz, so if you're interested in getting color matched for this LimeLife by Alcone perfect foundation and concealers, of course, get a hold of me and I would love to get you hooked up. So let's go. I am using a Blenderful. I got it completely soaking wet and then wrung it out. So big damp Blenderful. I really like these because they have the big base on the bottom for the bigger areas on your face, but they also have that corner where you can get into like the crevices around your nose and your eyelids. So these are great. This is actually the only way that I really enjoy applying our foundation and concealers. I do have a lot of clients that do really like our brushes. If you are a brush person, you like to apply your foundation or concealers with a brush, I highly recommend our number 17 diffuser brush. Our brushes are weighted. They're absolutely incredible. Without further ado though, let's get into this. So I'm going to take this green base concealer and cover up anywhere that I have redness. I do have a little bit of breakout right now, so I'm going to cover up any redness. And I'm just kind of twisting my sponge in the pan and then patting where I have that redness. Okay, and then I'm going to take that number 2 concealer, and this is going to cover up my dark circles. Okay, and then we are going to go in with the foundation. So I like to take the edge or the bottom of my Blenderful and I just kind of twist it in there, get a little bit of product on your sponge. One really important thing to keep in mind if you are using the LimeLife by Alcone products, they are extremely pigmented. So most higher end brands, we're talking MAC Studio Effects, Estee Lauder, Tarte, Born This Way, a lot of those foundations that you'll buy in Ulta that are considered like higher end foundations, they sit between 22 and 27% pigmentation. These sit at 50% pigmentation. These are used by professional makeup artists, so you need a lot less of the product than you might initially think. So I'm just going to kind of swipe this product like in the main areas that I want to cover up. And then just using the bottom of the sponge, I am just going to kind of tap everything into place. And this foundation is one that does sit on top of your skin, so it is really good for anyone that is oily or acne prone. It will not sink into your pores, so it will not cause clogged pores at all because it's a wax-based foundation. It sits on top of your skin. It is literally made to replicate what your skin looks like. No more cake face. And I do put it on my eyelids just so that they match the rest of my face. And then do make sure you bring it under your chin and kind of blend it down so that you match everywhere and you don't have any harsh lines. All right, and then we have 2 more steps to finish this base face. I like setting my face with a translucent powder. So I have my little palette here. This is the Christian Dior Formula Visiora translucent powder from LimeLife. So I just take a big fluffy brush, get some product, and just kind of tap it everywhere on my face. Especially focusing on your eyelids or anywhere that you personally notice creasing. Okay, so all the product has been placed on my face. I'm just going to go through and blend everything now. I really like this translucent powder. It kind of acts as a natural Instagram kind of blur filter on your face. Just like that. All right, and then last step, you want to make sure you use a good setting spray. This is the Time Setter Makeup Finishing Spray from LimeLife. It has a 16-hour hold on it. Again, you want to make sure you shake it up really, really well. Also silicone and chemical free. And this does use temperature technology. So when it feels your skin heating up, it kind of kicks it on and holds everything in place. And yeah, so that is our first technique for applying your LimeLife by Alcone concealer and foundation. Going for more of a matte look using, again, we used concealer number 1 to counteract any red, concealer number 2 to cover up any purple or dark circles, and then I have the foundation shade number 2, that is Ivory. We did use a priming spray before we applied the foundation, and then a translucent powder after, and then our finishing spray. I hope you are enjoying this tutorial. If you find any value from it, please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. Now back to the tutorial. All right, moving on to the second way that you can apply LimeLife by Alcone's perfect foundation and concealers. So they are more of a matte finish, but if you are someone that likes more of a dewy or glowy finish, this technique is going to be for you. So again, I have this Complexion palette. You've got your 2 concealers and your 1 foundation. One thing that you can do, especially if you like more of a liquid consistency as opposed to the wax foundations, our August Brighter Together bundle for August 2021 is this duo. So this is our Due Date Facial Oil and our Glow Drops Coconut Illuminator. I like to add these straight into my foundation pan if I do want more of a liquidy, dewy, kind of glowy finish. So you can literally pop it right in the pan. So I'm gonna show you guys first with our concealers. I'm gonna drop a little tiny dot of that Due Date right into the pan, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can apply the concealers with a brush. I believe this is our number 5 brush. I will put it in the description, but this is a diffuser brush, so I kind of just mix that Due Date into the concealer to get more of that kind of liquidy consistency. And I am going to grab my little mirror here, and I'm just going to put that anywhere where I have blemishes or redness. You guys can see that redness completely disappear. And then I'm just going to kind of brush it and blend it. I got way too much per usual. Again, with these being really pigmented, you really do not need a whole lot of product. So I'm just gonna kind of run the rest of this product anywhere where I have redness so that I'm not wasting any. Okay, so that is that green based concealer number 1, and then we're going to move on to our coral based concealer. Again, I'm just going to put one little tiny drop of Due Date right into the pan and just kind of mix it up using my brush. And this one is going to cover up my dark circles. And then I'm gonna go ahead, because I got a little too much product on my brush again, I'm gonna put this one on my eyelids as well. Okay, so everything is concealed the way that I want. So now we get to go in with our foundation. So to get more of a dewy or glowy look with this foundation, I'm gonna put 1 drop of our glow drops. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 drops of, I'm sorry, that's Due Date. 2 drops of the Due Date. And then taking the coconut illuminator drops, I'm gonna just do 1 little squeeze or 1 little pump of those, so you can kind of see it sitting in the pan. And then I'm just going to take my Blenderful and kind of mix that into the foundation. And now it's all on the bottom of my sponge. I'm going to kind of swipe in the bigger areas and then just go in and kind of tap this everywhere. And one mistake that I know I made with the Blenderful is I barely got it damp and kind of squeezed it out. You want to completely soak this, like squeeze it under the water, let it fill up with water, and then wring it out. That is how you're going to get the best, just kind of like most flawless coverage that you can. And then I'm gonna get a little bit on the side so that I can kind of get the sides of my nose and those little crevices that can be kind of hard to get to. And then make sure you drag it back kind of into your hairline to blend it as well. Okay, so there we have that. And then I know I didn't use a priming spray this time. You totally can if you want to, but I already showed that in the previous one, so I didn't think it was necessary. But we are going to go in and set everything with a translucent powder, and then we will use the finishing spray. So again, just kind of tapping the product all over my face where you want to set your foundation and concealer. Really focus on your eyelids and under eyes. That is where you will tend to get creasing. And then just kind of blend everything all together. So one cool trick, if you do get the coconut illuminator drops and the setting spray, this is actually a different setting spray than I used the first time. I took 2 drops or 2 like full pumps of the glow drops and mixed them into this bottle of setting spray. So if you like more of a glowy finish, you can do that, and then shake it really well at each time that you use it. And when you spray your whole face, you will have kind of that nice shimmer from the glow drops as well. That's another thing that I really like about the LimeLife products, is they're all very versatile in different ways where you can use them together for different purposes. I love them. All right, so that's it. That's your second way that you can apply. Now you can go in with your blush and your bronzer, get some contour on, get your eyes done, your eyebrows, whatever floats your boat. But those are the 2 different techniques that you can use to apply your LimeLife by Alcone Perfect Foundations and Concealers. The concealers come in so many different options because our palettes are completely customizable. You could even get a concealer to contour. That's what I use this one for. We do have a concealer for brightening, concealer 0. There are so many different options. You can get ones that are closer to matching your skin tone if that's what you're wanting, ones to cancel out redness, ones to cancel out purple or dark circles. The possibilities are endless, and these are completely customizable. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out my channel. I have more tutorials coming soon and a couple older ones as well. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And as always, if you have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, feel free to drop them in the comments or send me a private message. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you soon.